But I never thought in your desperation you tried to pin the guilt onto Adrian. I swear this demon will pay.
Mr. Nick.
Pearls? Where's Mia?
I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away.
A really strong power? Oh, great. We don't even have Mia with us anymore. Like, what happened?
Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is...
It's from Gumshoe. How is it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. That's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have it. We don't have any leads, but what? We don't have any more time. If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I have to keep the trial going until Maya's being rescued. But I just ran out of luck this time. So I'll hope for not. A tent. Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. But Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. Oh. She called you so that she can tell you her location. And then send the location to us. Good job, Maya! She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. A circus tent? You don't mean... Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Huh. Didn't think a day like this would come, but... Alright. Time to bring in the whole cavalry. We shall get the help of the entire circus here. Everyone at the witness stand. Mo, Ben, Trillo, Regina, everyone. Even the parakeet.
Alright, dead body, you bitch-ass motherfucker.
Maya's somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry! And I could see a mailbox under the window, just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? Oh, sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. I felt like I was in an old office building. Maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her! An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later. So don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Sure, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you ready, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. March 23rd, 12:05 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Agent Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, he had been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder?
I understand.
Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews?
Of course I have.
You have seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secret?
Alright.
Why? Why does she...
Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart piece by piece at a time. It can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity, with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you cannot open the bear. You really cannot tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it?
I see. That, or I was thinking that maybe you give it $5 and it will open. You know, like a loot box. And you either get a legendary weapon of mass destruction, or a wooden plank. Quite a dangerous gambling container. Or, no, sorry, not gambling, but rather surprise mechanics. Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, this is a superb craftsmanship. Oh yes, I never forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Looks like there really was something to that bear after all.
Yes, there was. Alright. Let's get to it, Agent Andrews. You know this song and dance already by now.
Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle.
A puzzle?
That's right.
But it looks like an ordinary figurine.
True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle.
So what kind of puzzle is this exactly?
If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time.
So you can take it apart?
And how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right, and then push it in.
Oh yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move, and can be removed.
Oh, this is most interesting.
Yeah. That looks like fun. I wanna do it.
The boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again.
Okay, quit hogging it to yourself, goddammit. Give it to me, please. Give it to me as well.
Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
Goddammit.
I think they both lost it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart?
At its center is a small cavity, with just enough room to store a small item.
And how do you know about this?
I know because I was the one who bought it.
Huh?
It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you?
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for one.
So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony.
Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you cannot open the bear.
So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle?
Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country.
But this looks like it can be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside.
Now, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken.
You really cannot tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container, or jewelry box?
I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew.
The two of you, huh? Then, of course that means Mr. Angard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. A wooden puzzle with a hollow inside. Only Corrida and Andrews know how to open it. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Yeah, it is definitely a container of some sorts. Or a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness.
Yes?
You are the only one who can open this. Please. Okay. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. Oh,
I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
what is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what that is. Do we, Mr. Wright? It's a suicide note. The suicide note? But wait. If Adrian knew of this, then how come she didn't get it till now? She was looking for it all the time. The suicide note? The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts. But just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. Since Celeste Impacts have very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Order! Witness, did you know about this?
Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public.
Oh, I see. Clearly Juan knew of the note as well. So, if Adrian were to destroy that note, well, before he died, then Juan Corrida would have known that there was something fishy about Adrian, that she really wanted to destroy that note. Therefore, he would have done something bad, so now that he's dead, she can clearly destroy that note easily, even when she knew where that note was to begin with. I see.
But I couldn't find it anywhere.
Because it had already been taken by the killer.
Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question?
What is written on the note?
Yeah, I am dead curious as to what is written there.
What could it be that would ruin Matt's career?
That's right. At least, that's what I would think.
Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note may be made known.
I cannot stop you, can I? I went through so much, just to get my hands on it. I was going to burn it, for her sake.
I am deeply sorry. but I cannot allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impacts left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by Angard. About being engaged to Corina, and Angard's role in destroying that. And about how she decided, in her despair, to end it all. And that's all Miss Impacts had to say. There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Angard. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness?
Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference.
My word. That Angard values, above all else, his refreshing like a spring breeze image. What all bullshit. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost.
It's Angard's fault that woman killed herself.
And this time, he even went as far to kill someone to stop him from revealing that.
How terrible! What a selfish person!
I guess there are slimeball lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too. There is no room for doubt here. Mr. the Killer's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? God damn it, this went by so fast here. I thought we could... I thought that we could cross-examine Adrian like 2 or 3 times, but already the judge is thinking of pounding the gavel again.
Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do.
I know. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay. There are 2 deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of these.
The gavel is already in the judge's hands. Phoenix, hurry!
The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? Which one? I wonder. I mean, we know that only Juan and Andrew knew how to open the figurine. And Matt wanted it so badly. Question is, how did he find out that the note was inside the bear? I mean, even if we are to question this, I wouldn't even know which one to choose between the two, to be quite honest. Either the figurine or the Celeste suicide note. Alright, well, let's go with the figurine.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Mr. Corrida. At the request of his client, of course. So, what's your point, Mr. Wright? I don't think it's possible that Mr. the Killer's client was Matt Angard. Jesus Christ. Will you people be quiet already? In fact, I think there is a contradiction here. You cannot tell by just looking at it that this bear is really a jewelry box. The chances that Matt on guard thought the note was inside this bear are 0 to none. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly. But I didn't think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. After all, there is no reason why Mr. On Guard would ever want a jewelry box like this. Order! 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 You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. Geez, Edgeworth, just give Nick a break, will ya? He is already in lots of despair thanks to Miles' kidnapping. You know it very well. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. What? Madame Guard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. Oh, so even Juan Corrida used that on Madame Guard in his own room. And you found Juan's camera. And the victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt on Guard. Order! Order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You. Don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, way to go, Edgeworth. Way to make Nick look even worse than he already is. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was stuck in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this Gumshoe's box sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Madame Guard's fingerprints were on there?
Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh?
What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. On Guard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that.
Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bag killer guy?
Shush. Stop, don't look at him.
The way he's sweating is just so...
Ew, nasty.
Phoenix.
Yes, Chief?
Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet?
What am I going to do next? Just running away like a frightened child would? Nah, that's definitely not an option there. Phoenix, that is definitely not an option.
I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting a lid on this case. But, in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing.
Well, what is it, Mia?
There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate.
Something he should investigate? I wonder. Like what?
I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded. For not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance.
Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? She always does. Alright. I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you?
What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at? Or should I let it go?
Alright, well, let's present the evidence, whatever it may be. I have an objection, Your Honor.
That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
Your Honor! The defense has no intention of letting this go so easily! Well, you are beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing.
Hey, isn't that what I just said?
So you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there is something you really should examine about this piece of evidence.
Okay, so... we're talking about a piece of evidence that Edgeworth overlooked, or rather, should have examined a bit more. In which case, it would have to be about a piece of evidence that was already shown, right? Maybe something that was written in Celeste's suicide note? Or the camera, set to record the victim's room from 8 PM for 1 hour, was running at time of murder. Okay, let's go with the suicide note. That is Miss Impex's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear. Wait a minute. You mean to say that it could be someone else who wrote this? But this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means... the handwriting on this suicide note has yet to be analyzed. What? Oh. So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impex or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed. But, Mr. Wright, you cannot seriously be... Mr. Wright, are you saying this suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Angard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? I mean, the possibility is there. I wouldn't say that it was Adrian that did it to pin the crime on Matt Moore. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, the handwriting needs to be checked in order to be 100% sure. How dare you?
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever.
Objection!
But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could have solved the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt on guard.
I did no such thing.
Right. If you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Evidence to support a theory like that. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented the scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. You know what? Nick is right. Just give us a fucking break here, Edgeworth. Everything that is hard to solve is something that Nick has to do. All the burden of proof is on Nick. Now, it's your turn. If you can prove us wrong, more power to you. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? It is as the defense has stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed. Alright, in which case, I would like to request a 2-hour recess so that the handwriting can be analyzed. That should give us plenty of time. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible. That's impossible!
This isn't good, Phoenix.
The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. One more day?
I mean, that's good, but
I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. Nick is right. I mean, Gumshoe will save Maya soon enough. We have her location now, so it is only a matter of time. We can have her saved today and continue the trial tomorrow, like no problem at that point. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis my butt. That's just a lawyer trying to buy more time.
Uncut is guilty! Look, any idiot can tell you that.
I think we've reached the end of the line.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
What is that sound?
Nick, the phone! Quick, answer it! Answer it!
It's Gumshoe. Hello, Gumshoe? Okay, that is not a good response there, Gumshoe. What is with him? And what's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away.
God damn it! How the fuck did he know that you were gonna look for him there?
What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found this hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone.
This is terrible.
I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time.
But
Don't tell me we don't. We don't have any more.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
Do you hear that? They're calling for his head.